are you doing here, Elijah?" My dear friends, today I invite you to delve into a powerful and inspiring passage from the book of 1 Kings, chapter 19, verses 8 to 21. This particular narrative encompasses a series of remarkable events that unfolded in the life of the prophet Elijah, events that hold profound lessons for each and every one of us. To set the stage, we must first recall the extraordinary showdown that occurred on Mount Carmel. Elijah confronted the 400 prophets of Baal, who served as agents of the idolatrous worship promoted by Queen Jezebel. In an astonishing display of God's power, Elijah called upon the Lord, and fire rained down from heaven, consuming the sacrifice on the altar. The people witnessed the undeniable might of the true God, and in response, they fell prostrate and declared, "The Lord, He is God. The Lord, He is God." 1 Kings 18:39. Following this dramatic victory, Elijah, empowered by God's presence and favor, ordered the execution of the false prophets. The Bible tells us that he personally led them to Kishon Brook and put them to the sword. The magnitude of this act did not go unnoticed by Queen Jezebel, who responded with great fury. She sent a message to Elijah, threatening his life and vowing to do to him what he had done to the prophets of Baal. This brings us to the subsequent events described in 1 Kings 19, 8-21. Overwhelmed by the weight of Jezebel's threat, Elijah fled for his life, journeying into the wilderness. It was there that God, in his infinite wisdom and compassion, ministered to Elijah's physical and emotional exhaustion. As Elijah found shelter in a cave on Mount Horeb, God tenderly provided sustenance for his weary servant. In a miraculous manner, an angel of the Lord appeared to Elijah, touching him and saying, "Arise and eat." Elijah looked, and there before him was a cake baked on hot stones and a jar of water. Strengthened by this divine provision, he ate and drank, and then lay down to rest. Once again the angel returned, urging Elijah to eat and drink, for the journey ahead would be arduous. Reflecting on this scene, we witness the profound care and faithfulness of our Heavenly Father. He understands our weariness, our fears, and our hunger, both physical and spiritual. In the depths of our despair, He is the one who sustains us, providing nourishment, strength, and renewed hope. Just as He fed Elijah in the solitude of the cave, God longs to meet us in our quiet moments of vulnerability, offering sustenance for our souls. It is important to note that God did not only minister to Elijah's physical needs, but also addressed his spiritual and emotional well-being. As Elijah emerged from the cave, God spoke to him asking, "What are you doing here, Elijah?" 1 Kings 19:9. In response, Elijah poured out his heart, expressing his feelings of isolation and despair. God, in his wisdom, listened intently and offered guidance, reminding Elijah of his purpose and instructing him on the tasks that lay ahead. The narrative takes a profound turn as God directs Elijah to anoint Elisha as his successor. Elijah found Elisha plowing a field with a team of oxen, symbolizing his former life and occupation. In an act of obedience, Elijah cast his mantle upon Elisha, signifying the divine calling that awaited him. This pivotal moment demonstrates the transformative power of God's divine appointments and the continuity of his plan, even amidst changing circumstances. Elisha's response is a testament to his faith and surrender. He recognized the significance of Elijah's call and the magnitude of the moment. With unwavering determination, Elisha slaughtered his oxen, symbolizing the complete abandonment of his former life. In that act, he proclaimed his wholehearted commitment to following Elijah as his servant. Dear friends, this account of Elijah's journey serves as a profound reminder of God's provision, guidance, and faithfulness. It teaches us that in the face of great challenges and opposition, God remains steadfast, sustaining us and empowering us for the tasks He has appointed us to fulfill. Just as He led Elijah through the wilderness, He leads us through the trials and tribulations of our own lives. Like Elijah, we may encounter moments of weariness, fear, and doubt. But in those moments, we must remember to seek solace and strength in the presence of our Heavenly Father. He longs to nourish us, both physically and spiritually, providing sustenance for our bodies, minds, and souls. Moreover, this passage highlights the importance of embracing God's divine appointments and purposes for our lives. Just as Elisha wholeheartedly accepted his calling, we too are called to respond with obedience, courage, and surrender. God equips us for the tasks He sets before us, and when we trust in His guidance, incredible things can be accomplished. As we reflect on the journey of Elijah, let us be inspired to draw closer to God, to seek His provision and guidance, and to respond with faith and obedience to His calling. May we find comfort in the assurance that our Heavenly Father is with us, sustaining us through the wilderness and empowering us to fulfill the purpose He has placed within us. Remember, my dear friends, just as God fed Elijah in the cave, He feeds us with His love, grace, and strength. And through our obedience and surrender, we can become vessels of His transformative power, impacting the lives of those around us. May you be encouraged, uplifted, and inspired by the story of Elijah, and may we walk boldly in the calling and purposes that God has destined for us. May the Lord bless you in your journey. I will see you next time.
Thanks for watching. Please consider subscribing and sharing with your loved ones.